On November 18th, 1787, the man who changed the way we see the world, Louis Daguerre, was born in Cormeilles-en-Parisis, a town in northern France. But what exactly did Daguerre do? And how did it change the world? The camera obscura has been around since ancient times. It is essentially a dark room or box with a small hole in one wall that projects a clear inverted image of the outside world onto the opposite wall. Our word camera comes from it. Artists had been using the camera obscura for centuries to help them achieve accurate perspective, and demonstrations of it had become popular attractions in the 19th century. Daguerre decided to tackle the biggest problem with the camera obscura. None of the images it displayed could be saved. Since the mid-1820s, he had chased the same dream as Nicéphore Niépce, capturing a permanent picture using light and chemistry. Around 1826, Niépce had managed to take the world's first known permanent photograph, an image of rooftops, using a technique known as a heliograph, which used sunlight to create a permanent image on a metal plate coated with asphalt. It took 8 hours, however, to expose what was not a very clear image. In 1829, Daguerre began partnering with Niépce to improve the process. After Niépce's death in 1833, Daguerre continued experimenting on his own. His big breakthrough came when he discovered that an almost invisible latent image on an iodized silver plate could be developed with mercury fumes and fixed with salt. Suddenly, exposure times dropped from hours to minutes. As he continued to refine his process, the results became remarkably clear and detailed. Daguerre demonstrated his astonishing new images, known as daguerreotypes, to the French Academy of Sciences on January 7, 1839. Later that year, the French government granted Daguerre a lifetime pension and made his invention free to the world. American writer Edgar Allan Poe called Daguerre's achievement the most important triumph of modern science. From scientific images of the moon to the first human ever photographed, a man shining another man's shoes in Paris, Daguerre's process reshaped art, science, and memory itself. For more than 10 years, the daguerreotype dominated photography and launched a visual revolution that still shapes how we see the world today. Notable daguerreotypes include a 78-year-old Andrew Jackson, the earliest confirmed photo of Abraham Lincoln, abolitionist and scholar Frederick Douglass, radical abolitionist John Brown, Waterloo hero the Duke of Wellington, liberator of Argentina José de San Martín, composer Frédéric Chopin, the picture we already saw of Edgar Allan Poe, the first known photograph of a living animal, the first ever photo of a solar eclipse, and of course, Louis Daguerre himself, in an image that shows incredible detail, particularly evident on his left hand. Although his process was eventually replaced with superior ones, when we take photos, instead of saying cheese, we should probably say Daguerre. Here are other events that happened today in history. In AD 326, according to tradition, construction begins on Rome's original St. Peter's Basilica. In 1421, the St. Elizabeth's flood overwhelms dikes and kills 10,000 in the Netherlands. In 1626, after 120 years of construction, a new St. Peter's Basilica is dedicated in Rome. In 1883, American and Canadian railroads begin using the world's first time zones. In 1916, the Battle of the Somme in France ends after 140 days and 1 million casualties. In 1928, Walt Disney releases the animated short Steamboat Willie featuring Mickey Mouse. In 1978, People's Temple founder Jim Jones leads 900 followers in a mass murder-suicide. And now it's time for our Today in History quiz. About how long did it take Lincoln to deliver the Gettysburg Address? 2 minutes? 5 minutes? 10 minutes? Or 20 minutes? Liked learning about Louis Daguerre? Then you'll love this one about one of history's greatest photographers, Ansel Adams. Tap the screen to keep the story going on Today in History.